This video is going to be a week of breakfast. You can't hold it or it's not going to work. We have Miss Jude Girl here helping, right? I have a version of this video that's a week of dinners, but I thought I would do it for breakfast too. For me, for breakfast, the name of the game is how quickly can I make a breakfast that has a fair amount of protein, ideally at least 15 grams, really trying to aim for 20 to 30. And I want my breakfast to come together pretty quickly because I do try and eat before my husband leaves for work, and I try to eat before my baby goes down for his morning nap. Doesn't always happen. Yes, mama. Doesn't always happen. And I do also usually eat a different meal from my babies and at a different time for my babies because they eat right when they get up. I'm usually just getting back from workout, showering, doing some chores. And if I eat at the same time as Miss Girly, she'll eat my food, right? So this day I am making an omelet. This is not something I actually usually make, but if you watch my week of dinners, I think I spoke about it. That's not water. I think I spoke about this actually in my reset video, that I really try my best not to waste food. And the day before we had tacos with some bell peppers, so we had a bit left over. And then I think Saturday we have a sheet pan dinner with chicken sausages, and I gave my husband 2 and I only had 1, and it came in a pack of 4. So I wanted to make sure the sausage didn't go to waste. So I made this little omelet. I think traditionally an omelet, you would take the food out first, like the chicken sausage and red pepper mixture out, do the egg, and then add that in the middle. But that's an extra step that's going to take more time. If you want this to go even quicker, do a scramble. You could skip having to mix the eggs separately in a bowl and just mix the eggs on the pan. I'm going to be running a timer for all these meals because my goal is to share meals with you that I can make in less than 15 minutes. And keep in mind, I'm filming, so you can probably do it a little bit quicker. The next breakfast I made was a yogurt bowl, which I feel like you really can't go wrong with. This one took less than, I think, like a little bit over 5 minutes, but I did start the timer and then realized, let me put an actual shirt on. I included putting this stuff away in the timer, and then I also had to tend to my babies and my husband for like a few seconds here and there. So in reality, not filming, also, I could probably put this together in like 3 minutes or less. You have 3 minutes or less to make breakfast, don't lie. And I tell myself this too when I'm like, oh, I don't have time. You have time to put together a yogurt bowl. As the weather's getting warmer, a yogurt bowl is definitely becoming a go-to for me. I am just more attracted to like fresh, light, fruity breakfast as it gets warmer outside. I think a lot of people are like that. And I do make my own homemade granola that I've shown in a few videos or shorts, so I'm not going to show that again, but I make like a big batch and I just have this ready to go. If you don't want to make your own granola, you could obviously use store-bought. I really like the brand Purely Elizabeth. It might be Trader Joe's that has a high protein peanut butter granola, or it's Nature Valley. I can't remember for sure. The yogurt, I use Greek yogurt or Skyr, which is Icelandic yogurt, but basically the same. I did strawberries and blueberries, any fruit will do. Did my granola, and then I did hemp seeds. I also mixed honey into my yogurt, and your breakfast is ready. Moving on to what I made for breakfast on Saturday, and you're getting a double dose today because I made these rice crackers with peanut butter, banana, hemp seeds, coconut seeds, and cinnamon before Solcore. I had Solcore at 8:30. Lately, I've actually been having collagen in my coffee, which is like between the soy milk and the collagen is the 30 grams of protein. And so I haven't been having like a little snack alongside my coffee before working out if I have like a 6 a.m. workout. But Solcore is at 8:30 and I can't go till 8:30 and then do a hard workout with any food, so that's what I had first. I think I'm actually going to film a little morning routine that might be up before this video or after this video because I've switched a few things up in the morning, so I like to do updating morning routine videos. Anyway, that was the first thing I had. This meal came together very quick, again around 5 minutes. Most of these breakfasts are under 10 minutes, but I'm saying under 15 because I have a few that were a little bit longer. Then after Solcore, I decided to make a little protein smoothie with my best girly. She loves helping me make smoothies. I like to put, if I'm making like more of a mealy type smoothie, I do like to add some oats just to bump up the calories a little bit, and oats also give more of like a texture. That sounds bad. Like a nice texture to the smoothie. If you have a toddler and you want them to start helping you in the kitchen or just do things in general, keep in mind it is going to slow you down. I saw a post that was saying like involving your kids and things slow you down, but maybe that's the point. And I reposted it because I agree. Like maybe that is the point. We all are moving so quickly in life, especially nowadays. I feel like even compared to when I was a child, parents and just adults in general are moving so much quicker. Anyway, this was dumb of me. I'm just really, really filling this single serve container of a smoothie. I'm making it for me and my daughter, so I wanted to make it bigger, added way too much milk. At this point, I should have already said, you're at the top, it's not going to close, but I continued going and it went over. Just very dumb. You'll see. In this smoothie, I'm doing almond milk, the oats, which I spoke about, some frozen cherries, frozen spinach, Greek yogurt. I'm using whole Greek yogurt whole milk Greek yogurt because I'm sharing it with my daughter. As I said, if it was just for myself, I'd actually probably just do protein powder or fat-free Greek yogurt. Even my daughter's like, what are you doing? It's gonna overflow. I switched to my big smoothie and actually ended up adding probably another like half cup or so of frozen cherries. I don't think I mentioned that I also added banana. Oh, the little powder you saw on top is just like a little flavor packet. I would rather have done cocoa powder, but I didn't have any, and so I just used these little flavor packet. That one was cookies and cream flavor, but it's basically chocolate because my goal was to make a cherry Garcia inspired smoothie. The next breakfast I made was waffles on Sunday morning. I think sometimes we think of things like waffles or pancakes and we're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take forever. I ended up making, I believe, 3 waffles before I stopped the timer because realistically I'm only gonna eat one and I'm filling my breakfast in under 15 minutes. I did end up making the whole batter. I think it makes 7 or 8. I don't remember exactly. And total, it probably took 20 minutes. You're gonna hear sounds in the background. Again, I'm filming. I am tending to my babies, tending to my husband, so that is all slowing me down, and I'm still able to do these recipes quite quickly. That's quite a bit of background sound. We'll come back. This recipe is from Little Spoon Farm, and it does use sourdough discard. If you don't make sourdough, so you won't have sourdough discard, you can use any waffle recipe. This one in particular I like because I always have discard since I make sourdough, and this recipe uses 2 eggs, so it boosts the protein a little bit. Most waffle or pancake recipes I see from scratch usually only use 1 egg, so I like that. This is definitely on the lower end of the higher protein recipes that I'm sharing, but still a little bit, and it's Sunday. It's fun. I almost always make waffles or pancakes on Sunday, and then we have a little bit left over, and I give the leftovers to the babies on Monday, Tuesday, whenever it runs out. Oh, the recipe I'm leaving down below, I do cut the sugar in about half, and I just keep doing less and less sugar to see when the waffles taste any different, and so far it doesn't, and ideally I would just do no sugar because we're going to put syrup on it anyway. If you want to add more protein, you can also do Greek yogurt on top. Sometimes I do that on top of my waffle. Today I just did a little bit of maple syrup, strawberries, blueberries, and we are all set. Oh, you do see me stop the timer at one point because I made the batter and then let it sit for I think like 45 minutes or so. Usually what I do is I make the batter the night before, most of the ingredients, and then the next day I add the baking powder, baking soda, egg, and salt, I think. But the idea is that since it is sourdough discard, you want it to ferment a little bit. Alrighty, the next day was Monday, and I had a pretty heavy lifting session this morning, and so I was ready for a carb heavy meal. I'm not afraid of carbs, but especially after a hard lifting session, I just crave more of a carby meal. I've been really enjoying bagel with lox lately. I prefer to use a sesame bagel, but they are out, so I'm using this everything bagel. It still tasted great. I use the Good Culture cream cheese. I just like the ingredients of the cream cheese. So I do cream cheese, lox, of course, because it is a lox bagel. I do a little bit of red onion. I know some people like a pickled red onion. I think that's good too, but since I'm already using capers for that pickled taste, I don't feel the need to do also pickled onions. Then I do some dill, and that's basically it. Keep it pretty simple. I like lighter cream cheese. I don't like a thick layer of cream cheese. It kind of grosses me out, but if you like that, put more cream cheese. This one, the timer says it took a while to put together. I was starting and stopping a lot, but I'm just keeping the timer realistic because if you are a mom or a parent like me, you know that most of the things that you're doing, if your kids or your family's around, it is going to take longer than normal. But I'm trying to show that even with taking care of your family, tending to your family, you can still make yourself a breakfast, which I feel like breakfast especially is a meal that it's just really hard to pull together for yourself in the morning, and so sometimes you end up skipping it. I know I'm like that, and I'm really trying not to do so. Oh, I also had a glass of orange juice again on the side because I've been loving orange juice. It just goes along with the warmer weather. And rounding out this week of breakfast, technically I skipped a day and then you got 2 on Saturday, but what's the difference? I made hash brown avocado toast. This is basically your run-of-the-mill regular avocado toast, but instead of bread, use a little hash brown patty. I get mine from Trader Joe's. I think they're the best. I have Mr. Lev here with me now, but what takes the longest for this breakfast is just cooking up the hash brown, and then I like to do some turkey bacon on the side. You could obviously do regular bacon. I also like veggie bacon. It's a nice way to boost up the protein in this breakfast. I do like to put an egg on top of my avocado toast, so I also put it on this hash brown avocado toast. I'm trying to think of like a sleeker name, but I can't think of one. Anyway, I just air fry the hash brown at 390 for probably like 10-12 minutes while the hash brown is cooking, and while the turkey bacon is cooking, mash up the avocado. I added everything but the bagel seasoning, garlic powder. Lev is trying to steal the mic from me. And I like to also add some black pepper. Miss Girly is coming over now. Just a whole party over here. Egg. That was my week of breakfast. I hope this video was helpful to show you some high protein, for most of them, quicker breakfast that you can just kind of whip up if you are a person that is a little bit short on time, whether that be because you are a mom, a dad, just a busy working girly, whatever that may be. And I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me.